What is up, everybody? It's your boy Smoke Joestar back with some more gameplay, and I'm here to tell you all about X Defiant, man. Like, there was a test session that ran from the 19th to the 21st, and me and some of my friends got in a bunch of games, bunch of streams, got the VODs up on my channel. Go check those out if you want to see the extended gameplay. But I just wanted to talk about the good, the bad, and the Ubisoft of X Defiant. This game's been touted by the media as a COD killer, and it got announced back in July, I think it was 2021, so it was like right after COVID, and they've just been running tests, seeing what they can work out, what they improve, what players like, what we don't like, and they've been taking the feedback very well, because in my opinion, each test session's gotten better. Like, they've improved something or some aspects of the game, and we'll just get into it. The good portions of this game to me were that it was very fast. Like, it's very fast paced. Like, your movement is very quick for all classes. It's standard across all classes as well. So there's not like a heavy character that doesn't, that runs slower but has more health. There's not like a super speedy character that just out mobilizes every other class. Everybody's speed is top notch. The sliding, you can't slide cancel in a traditional sense, but you can slide and jump, and they had the type of game they wanted to make in mind with that, because what a lot of players will do in just Call of Duty, because that's what we're going to be cross-referencing, is they'll slide and jump around a corner to mess up the other player's aim, and that's just basically incorporated directly into this game, because there's no slide canceling, so you can't slide ADS to cancel the slide and shoot right after. So I did appreciate how fast it was. The time to kill is insanely quick too, unless of course you're running a shotgun or an SMG, but we'll talk about that more in the next section. The other good portions are every class or every character within each class feels unique. So you have 5 factions. There's the cleaners from the Division, the rebels from Far Cry 6, DedSec from Watch Dogs 2, the operators from Ghost Recon, I think it's Wildlands or Badlands, whatever the most recent one was as of the making of this game. And there was the Splinter Cell faction, but they got removed because they had a glitch with their with one of their abilities, and it was so good and so overpowered that they just straight up took them out of the test session until they could figure out how to fix it. But every class has 2 abilities, so you have like your tactical and your ultimate, and no 2 classes feel the same, which is really good. It's a lot of variety, a lot of replayability, because you get to choose from 2 abilities depending on what class you get. There's a lot of selections for weapons. There was I think 5 or 6 weapons in each class. You got your standard shooter, you got your rifles, marksman rifles, SMGs, shotguns, snipers, LMGs, things of that nature. I didn't get to test every single gun, but most of the guns that I did play did feel unique. So the main 2 assault rifles that I played were the M4 and the ACR 6.8. The M4 is, just your, I don't want to say run of the mill because that makes it sound generic, but it's your standard assault rifle, right? It exceeds in whatever you spec it out to exceed in. So if you want to go with a quicker build, you'll have some of the fastest ADS, fastest walk speed, fastest weapon swap time, if that's how you want to spec it out. If you want to go for more accuracy, then that's what it specializes in. It doesn't really do anything out of the gate, that puts it buying away the other ARs. Whereas the ACR 6, I felt like had a really solid recoil control. Like, I didn't have to put on too many attachments to control the recoil, so I kind of just spec'd it out for stealth. Like, I put a suppressor on it, quick ADS, things of that nature. And that was also true across the SMGs, because I used the MP5 and the P90. I think the P90 is probably the best SMG as of right now, because you get a really big mag. I think it's like 50 shots if you don't put any extended mags on it, which is the most out of every gun that's not an LMG. And it has a really solid damage profile. Like, it was taking me like 5 shots to drop people from most ranges, if not every range. And The reload speed isn't terribly bad, but you can always put on like a fast mag, just change your reload time. And when I wanted to, we were on longer range maps, I would use something like the MP5 just because it hits harder than the P90 does, but it shoots slower. And that's consistent across all weapon classes. You're gonna have weapons that are good at something, some that are like jack of all trade weapons, and then some what I call specialist weapons. Like, I don't want to say any weapon's bad, but some do require, a little bit more skill or a specific set of attachments to find success. The other thing in the good section that I did want to talk about is like the maps. The maps felt varied. Like there's different sizes, but Ubisoft has a really good philosophy when it comes to stage design in their shooters. Like nothing felt claustrophobic, but at the same time, it didn't feel like we were fighting in the fucking desert. So there are a lot of lanes of engagement, and I think that's a philosophy they took from the older Ghost Recons as well as Rainbow Six Siege. There aren't too many places that you can successfully camp, at least in the test session there weren't, which is good because to me, first-person shooters live and die by like engagement, the ratio of engagement and peaking. And there aren't too many places that you can just sit and hold an angle for the entire match in this game. For the most part, every match that me and my friends played, we were running around getting kills or playing objectives, and we weren't really taken by surprise too much. And I love that. I love that in first person shooters. Like I don't want to like have to corner peek or check every single corner every time I enter every room. That kind of just takes away from the engagement and the fun to me. Like I like fast paced games anyway, fast paced shooters. And X Defiant did that really well, a lot better than like some of COD's more recent outings, in my opinion. But we'll see, man. We'll see if these things hold up in the final release. We still don't have a real date, but we'll see if they hold up compared to the next Call of Duty, because apparently it's supposed to be a Black Ops entry. I think it's Gulf War, and the Black Ops series to me has been the most consistent. And I don't know. I'll circle back to that point. But some of the bad things that I didn't really like about the game, again, I praised the time to kill initially, but I do think that it could be slowed down some, because there are points that, I would spawn in, run around a corner, get into an engagement, and trade or just die immediately. And the spawns in this game are fantastic. Like I was never spawn trapped. We couldn't spawn trap anybody. So another kudos in the good column for Ubisoft on that one. But I feel like every time I run into somebody, it's a do or die situation. Like I didn't feel like, I was just absolutely dominating the matches. I didn't feel like I was getting just shit on either. But it kind of makes for a weird situation where like experienced players are gonna roll over, newer players or people that play casually, and that's gonna dampen their experience. And if they stick with it, then you'll get used to it. But the time to kill is just insanely, like if you see somebody and you don't kill them, you're going to die every time, and that's consistent. The other portion of that kind of ties into the do or die gunfight situation is if you don't see somebody, you really don't have a chance to counterattack. Like let's just say you run around a corner and somebody else rounds that corner and you didn't see them, and you start getting shot, you're pretty much dead. Like you have no turn, you have no opportunity to really flick and turn the tide of the gunfight, and that just goes back into the time to kill. The other thing that I didn't really like is like some of the weapon balancing in certain classes is off. Like the ARs feel pretty balanced, the SMGs feel pretty balanced, shotguns feel absolutely useless. Like I was using the M870 shotgun in a match of domination, and it was taking me 2 to 3 shots from like 5-10 meters away. You know what I'm saying? Like the only time I ever got like a one pump was when I was barrel stuffing somebody, and that doesn't really happen that often because, like I said, the game's very fast paced. But the shotguns just feel like we shoot confetti. And I tried the long barrel. The long barrel was more consistent with giving me those one shots than the M870 was, but there were some ranges where I was just like, okay, I can tell how many follicles of hair this character has on their mustache, and it's taking me 2 shots to kill him with a shotgun. And if you don't one pump somebody, again, time to kill. If you don't one pump them, you're going to die because they've seen you, they've been hit, they know where you are. And I would just like to see that. Same with the snipers. Like I feel like I don't recall too many instances of running into somebody that was running a sniper. A couple of marksman rifles here and there, but like the snipers, I maybe ran up against 2 players across 3 days playing the game. And I don't know if that's just a balancing thing or if people just feel like the game's too fast paced to effectively use snipers. But there are a couple of weapon classes that I feel could use some reworks, and I'm sure we'll get that. And you know, before the release of the actual game, because like they're taking their time with it. The game was announced 3 years ago, still hasn't released. What they should do, in my opinion, is just keep it in a perpetual state of beta. That way they can apply, you know, hot fixes and balance things without the need to stick to a specific deadline. And I think that'll be good for the longevity of the game. Other than that, I don't really have too much bad to say about the game. Like everything, all the abilities didn't feel OP. Everything felt pretty balanced as far as like class specific things. Oh, I just remembered one more thing for the bad column, and it's super specific for the cleaner class. The fire bullets need to do more damage. They need to burn more. So with the cleaner class, which is the class I was using, probably the class that I'm gonna main. With the cleaner class, they have a passive where they have fire rounds, incendiary rounds. And once you hit somebody, it doesn't activate on one shot for some reason. Like you have to hit them with 2 or more shots. But for some reason, whenever they're burning from that damage, it only does like 8 additional damage. So if I headshot somebody down to 10 damage and they win the gunfight, they're still gonna survive the burn that follows after. Like it just does not do enough damage to me on its own, you know, to warrant being a useful ability, because the cleaners already take a range penalty because of that. I don't have this specific number on what the reduction is, but the cleaners get a range reduction because they have damage over time on all their rounds. It applies to every gun. It's not something you set. It's just a passive ability. But doing 8 additional damage is essentially useless. Like it's very easy to make that an overpowered thing, but I think the burn should be like a minimum 10 damage. That's how I would fix that. Like there's no reason that like I should be in a gunfight. I can shoot somebody down to 10 health or 9 health and know they're gonna survive. Like there were a couple of engagements on I think it was the second day, where I was running an SMG, and I'm like, okay, well, I take the range penalty from playing this class already, and then if I put a barrel or an attachment that drops range, that's just another range penalty. So my effective range and my damage is already getting hurt, and the fire should feel like it should compensate that, you know? Like, I'm not saying it has to do anything crazy, like 20 damage or 25 damage, but if we're gonna keep the damage low, it needs to burn longer. So if you want to keep it at like 2 per tick, then they need to burn for like 2 or 3 seconds. And it just feels at this point kind of useless, because like if you're not gonna give me the extra burn damage, then remove the range penalty, because there's no point in me taking like a 5 or 10 meter range penalty off the jump for 8 extra damage. That's absolutely useless. And now to the Ubisoft portion of it. Ubisoft has a very weird track record of making a game and not supporting it. We've seen it with countless Ghost Recon titles. We haven't seen a Rayman game in a decade. The Rabbids thing fizzled out. It was really DOA because they tried to capitalize on the popularity of like the minions from Despicable Me and shit. But like that's we don't fuck with the Rabbids, bro. We never did. And they have a weird track record of just like making a banger game and then not supporting it, or like the updates. We get like 1 or 2 annual updates and then that's just it for the game. The only game to break that trend so far has been Rainbow Six Siege, because they just refuse to make a Siege 2. That is a PS4 game. We have gotten 9 years of content out of it. I think it's time for a sequel. But if they want this game to survive, there has to be content. And with that content, I mean, like, you know, there could be a battle pass, there could be microtransactions, but this game will live or die by what state it launches in. So I'm gonna offer Ubisoft a little bit of help here. The game needs to be free to play. Like, I don't know if they've said that it was going to be at some point, or if that's the model they're going after, but this game needs to be free to play. That way as many people as possible can try it out. If you want to kill COD, the numbers game is the way to do that. Even if you want to just compete with COD, it's a numbers thing that you guys are going to have to deal with. So free to play would probably be the best way to go. The second thing, we need content updates. Like, I'm not saying you have to do something every month. Like, there doesn't have to be an event or a limited time mode every single month, but there has to be things to keep people engaged or bring players back, or like rope new players in, like, you know, something interesting. And that needs to happen, you know, for the entirety of the game, not just like the initial year, because that's how you're going to lose players. Like, oh man, this is really great. This game is content rich, and there's always something new, something changing, new weapons, new skins, the inevitable battle pass, and then like year 2, it's just nothing but the battle pass. That is a very Ubisoft thing to happen, and that's a very real possibility. I hope it doesn't, because like I said, I enjoyed the hell out of the game. Like, unless COD absolutely shits the bed this year like they did with Vanguard, I'll probably be playing this and the new COD, because I'm like 2 entries behind now. I just haven't had an interest in Call of Duty, but it has the potential to at least compete. Like, COD's a legacy game. I don't think anything's ever gonna kill it, but this could stand, you know, potentially, if Ubisoft handles it right, toe to toe with Call of Duty, because it's not just, you know, run around and shoot things. There are abilities, there are classes, the loadout structure is different. There's, you know, multiple game modes like COD has, but now like the introduction of classes kind of keeps that old school first person shooter feel fresh, because you never know who you're going to run into, what they're running. And I think that's good for the game as well. And you probably see a lot of players, like most first person shooters, you probably see a lot of players initially and then it'll taper off, but we're not aiming for constant growth. We're aiming for stability. And I think those things need to happen in order for this to be a stable game. It needs to be free to play. You need constant support throughout the entire life of the game, as well as just introducing quality products. People, I think we're in this era where people just see Battle Pass and immediately side eye. But like, if the Battle Pass has quality content, people won't mind buying the Battle Pass. Like, if the skins are good and they're not just recolors, or if, you know, you add like operators or different factions to the Battle Pass, because Ubisoft has a lot of franchises under their belt, man. We got Assassin's Creed, Rayman. We'll probably get a Rainbow Six Siege faction, because that's Ubisoft's longest living game, singular game. Like, there's just a lot they could do with content. And like, again, Ubisoft being Ubisoft, given their track record, we probably won't see it. But, you know, I'm giving y'all the golden formula, man. I want the game to succeed because it's really fun, and me and my friends had a lot of fun playing it. But those are just the things that need to happen for this game to survive, man. I really do feel like this game has potential to be something, and in an oversaturated market, that says a lot. Especially coming from me, man. I prefer fighting games and platformers over everything. So like if I play your shooter, then it's done something special. Like I'm a 5-year Apex addict, bro. Like let's be serious. But that's where we're gonna end this video off today. I'll leave the rest of this gameplay up for y'all. Go ahead, like, subscribe to the video, check out the links in the description. Got some stuff coming for y'all, man. I'm excited. I appreciate all the support. We're at 650 subs, trying to get to 700 by the end of the year, man. I hope y'all have a good day. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Peace.
Woo. No way, that nigga's 15 HP. Cool. Oh man, I got my ultimate.
Yeah, I remember in the first thing it was like you had to really be on the street to get your ult. I'm cool with that.
I got that shit at the end.
I'm cool with that though, cause so that way niggas won't be like just cheesing that way. You gotta really earn it with your gameplay.
Keep out the riffraff. You're on a rampage. Friendly's moving on Zone C. You're going for overtime on this kill. Allies capturing Zone B.
They can't even pay attention to
it. We got it.
No.
Bro, you follow me. You a fucking bitch. Niggas hiding in the corner right there. I got your goofy ass.
Yeah, I got the nigga in the corner.
Oh yeah, run across the bullets. Please do that. Yeah.
Remember your thing.
Perish.
To the bad guys. Stop! Capture zone contested. Allies capturing Zone B.
Okay, I know where you're at. Okay. Yeah, got obliterated. My name's not Exodia.
I like this game in its current form because nobody's camping yet. Can't wait to be disappointed on release.
Oh yeah. That and everyone's gonna use the same type of fucking build because their favorite YouTuber said so.
Everybody's gonna be playing meta. I'm cool with playing meta. It's just like I like it when games are aggressive.
We got all the freaking zones.
Cause I'm like I don't have to like basically walk around as ADS man.
Trying to peek a corner for 2 seconds.
Trying to peek a corner in X Defiant, nigga. Like reevaluate your life.
Oh my god, I missed every fucking shot right there. You're so fucking lucky.
Friendly's moving on Zone C. Capture zone contested.
Cuz AFK? What the fuck he got going on?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. Win's a win. I'll take it.
Right.
We count those. We count those in my world. Oh, it's 2 of them in this fucking little area. Oh my god. Yes.
No!
You're on a rampage, pal.
Oh, that's a downstairs area. Bro, if your fucking boy wasn't right there, you was gonna die.
Perish, pussy.
Talk to that nigga. Let that nigga know. Call his mama national up. Damn, fire couldn't help you there, could it?
Dog, what is the range on the flamethrower? That shit sucks. Like, bro, I'm eye to eye with a nigga pulling the flamethrower and nothing hit.
Oh yeah, quitting ain't your style. Scratched off, we're on A. We got it.
Woo, no, you don't.
We're winning allies all over B. In case there's any confusion, get all the zones.
No, he's one shot. Someone kill that nigga in the middle. No. Okay, thank you. I'm so mad I missed my last shot on him.
Zone up for grabs. You're on a rampage.
We traded.
Nade out. Gathering intel.
Damn. I was trying to loot them, they loot me.
Zones are. Your bad guys are moving on B.
Brooklyn was at the tip. Oh, we didn't capture
Lord, bud. No!
Go ahead and clip it. Go ahead and clip it. Go ahead and clip it. Go ahead and clip it.
I'll die. I don't care. I need that shit. I don't care, bro.
We're getting to the end of this.
No!
I can always tell it was some fuck shit.
It was some dumb shit. It was some firebomb going crazy. It made sense because I said Allahu Akbar, just threw that shit at my feet and got a double off of it. I got a double off of that shit.
Gotta report that man just off of principle. Camping on the steps now. Ooh.
Allies going after C. A win for you.
Oh man, that's